Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 2. In our last episode, Prince Hermes defeated Hargon, the evil sorcerer, but he said that he would send us to meet someone even more powerful, Malroth. I guess he's that guy who we have his eye, so he's probably not going to be very happy when he sees we have his eye. Luckily, we have some time to heal ourselves up. Malroth won't appear until you start trying to leave the room, when you get down to the circular pillar there at the bottom. So, yeah, take time to heal yourself up, because Malroth, well, he is a little bit tougher than Hargon. So, I guess that's expected, though, being the final boss. What makes Malroth really, really difficult is Malroth has the chance to use the Heal All spell. So, you can't use Stop Spell, Sleep, Magic, or the Defeat spell on him. So, basically, all Ollisa is going to be good for is casting the defense spell to lower Malroth's defense. After about 3 turns, it should reduce his defense to nothing. Malroth is also susceptible to the Surround spell. I'm going to try to have Orfeo use the Light Sword to inflict that on Malroth. He has a 29% chance to avoid that defense spell, so it's a good chance that it'll land. Surround, 57% chance to avoid that, but Orfeo doesn't have much to do in this battle either. So, when he has a free turn, he'll basically be just casting that increase spell to increase all our characters' defense. Otherwise, once Orfeo and Ollisa do those 2 tasks, they're basically going to be tasked with just keeping themselves healed to provide Malroth a target to attack so he doesn't attack Prince Hermes. Hermes is our big damage dealer in this fight, so just like most of the other fights. And they'll also be working, of course, to keep Prince Hermes up and at full strength, so that's where Ollisa's Heal All spell will come into handy here, so. But yeah, I said if you get lucky, Malroth will not use that Heal All spell. I do not get really lucky. I think he uses the Heal All spell on himself twice. So that's why it's important to get that defense spell on Prince Hermes. I mean on Malroth, so that Prince Hermes can do as much damage as possible, so it takes the least amount of turns to defeat Malroth. Obviously, the more turns you take, the more likely he is to cast that Heal All spell. So, he was pretty dumb though. He cast the Heal All spell the first thing he ever did, before he took even damage, so that was nice, but didn't prevent him from casting it anymore. So, like I said, after about 3 times, I believe, it takes to lower his defense entirely. You can tell when it doesn't work anymore because they'll basically say that, like, the spell didn't do anything to Malroth. So at that point, then Ollisa just goes back into, you know, healing mode. So, because, like I said, he has 100% resistance to damage magic, Ollisa can't cast anything like her exploded spell or use the Staff of Thunder to try to do any extra damage. So, she's just basically trying to be a body there to soak up attacks like she did right there. Luckily, he missed her though. That's a byproduct probably of the Surround spell that we got up. So, and that's not good. He cast the Heal All spell again here. We got a really bad hit though, only 47, really low end. So, with his defense down to 0, basically you can almost do about like 80 almost. So, he has 250 hit points, so about 4 attacks, if you get good rolls, will finish him off. So, unfortunately, Orfeo doesn't have a lot of strength, so he'd probably be able to do a little bit of strength damage though with the Falcon Sword, but it's more like tickles because the Falcon Sword has such a low attack power. There is a way to boost the Falcon Sword's attack power, but I'll show that off in the glitch. In the glitch episode that's going to follow this one. Yes, this is the final episode of this actual playthrough. So, I'm going to finish off Malroth and just see the ending here. So, yeah, see sometimes it happened earlier in the fight, but Malroth can sometimes cause your character to faint. That's not good because he did it one time to Prince Hermes. I wonder if that might have cost us, you know, a lot of these rounds. I'd have to go back and look at it real slow, but if that maybe one more round of combat with Prince Hermes would have defeated him before you cast the heal-all spell. If you do end up with wizard rings, you can win them at the lottery or from some different enemies. Probably put on Ollisa because her heal-all spell is the main thing that's keeping us in this battle. Thou hast defeated the Malroth. Thou hast delivered the world from Malroth's evil. Great is the victory and greater the reward. I, Rubus, have watched thy struggles and am proud of thee. Go now. And she heals us up. And we are taken outside. And now there's no more enemies on the wall, so we just walk around, go wherever we want to, and talk with the different people. The different people have different dialogue based on their sprites. So like all these like priests or nuns will say that people will be free again, for the evil magic has dissipated like smoke in the wind. And then the maidens will basically say like, oh, it's a dream to think that someone had the power to destroy Hargon. So I'm going to be jumping around to different places and just getting all the different dialogue. Some individuals have, thanks to the Princess return, some individuals have, some unique individuals like the Princess of Cannock, Prince Orfeo's sister, the King of Cannock and Ostafair have special dialogue, so we'll all see them. And the Demon has a little bit of weird dialogue there. And he's still around. He's lucky he didn't disappear like all the other monsters. So we'll just go and see all the different unique dialogues. Those barriers don't work anymore, so you see the nun just has the same dialogue. Probably didn't have those barriers work because that way you can't like basically die anymore now. All those damage tiles don't work, so yep, there's no way to, you know, die after defeating Malroth. Thanks to thee, peace has returned. The warrior said basically like, you're a great warrior. Let's see what the boys say. Hargon doesn't exist anymore, does he? Oh, it's like a dream to think that someone had the power to destroy Hargon. I don't know what these guys call it. Thou hast done exceedingly well. But we'll see him, and then there's the merchant sprite. What do they say? Thanks to thee, peace has returned. So, just to, you know, keep the video shorter than it should be, I'll be just, you know, off-screening the travel around. So I'm going to travel to the fishing village here, so we can talk with the dog, because the dogs have different dialogue. And the kids, hooray, hooray! So yeah, it doesn't matter, like I said, all these maidens are going to say the same thing, and the wizards will say the same thing. And the dogs, they'll still bark at us. So, let's go talk with this puppy over here, who shows where the golden key was. Bow wow wow. Yep, bow wow wow to you too. Then we're going to head to Castle Ostafair. The king has dialogue. Yeah, the unique kings have different dialogue, so here we are on Ostafair. We can talk with the king and then talk with the saber lion in the pen. The doggy. Thou art strong and noble, Hermes. Well done. Let's see if our doggy's gonna bow wow wow at us. Whoa. Bow wow wow. Yep. Which is weird because it's a saber lion, and when you fight it, that's like a cat. But, oh well. He uses the dog sprite, so it has the dog text. Alright. Well, let's warp to Cannock Castle. And the king here and the princess have different dialogue, so let's go see what they have to say. They're probably going to be really proud of their son and brother, respectively. Brother, thou hast done well. I shall never doubt thee again. No problemo. And now let's see what the king has to say about his son. Once again, the line of Erdrick has proven true. Orfeo, my heir, thou hast gained a great victory, and I am proud. To thy new dowdies thou must go now, Hermes. That's basically telling you that, hey, basically we're going to have to go back to Middenhall Castle, where our adventure began. That's where it's going to end. But we still want to go to another castle, actually 3 more castles. We want to head to Moonbrook Castle, Tantagel Castle, and the Dragon Lord's Castle. So all these spirits here will all say the same thing, even though the one is supposedly the ghost of the king. You figure to say something to his daughter. See, A light, that is the pure light of Rubus rising from the sea. Figured he might say something special to his, unique to his daughter, but he says the same thing. We thank thee for all thou hast done. Alright, let's go see the king in Tantagel, who's hanging out at the inn in Tantagel. See what he has to say. He, of course, is not of the line of Erdrick, because remember, Chicken, when he defeated the Dragon Lord, rather than take over Tantagel, he decided to go find his own kingdom, and that's he ended up finding, you know, Middenhall, Cannock, and Moonbrook. So that's why this guy wasn't a hero. He said he was just hiding in the inn here. I apologize for deceiving thee. I am the king of this castle. Haha. We can tell because you had the big crown on your head. And now let's go see another king who doesn't have a crown on his head. The Dragon Lord, or the Dragon Lord's grandson. Thou hast done well, Hermes. Let bygones be bygones, and we shall be friends. Alright, sounds good. Now here we are back in Middenhall Castle. And all the guards are hanging around. Talk with them. Now thou art king of Middenhall, and must take thy throne. They all say the same thing, and now we can talk with the prince and princess. Thou shalt go. What? I seek not the crown. Let's go talk with our father. Hermes, thou art of the line of Erdrick, and have proven thy heritage by thy deeds. Now is time for thee to take the throne. Will it be so? No. Be careful, Hermes. Do not be selfish. Now it's time for you to take thy throne. So yeah, we have to say yes. Unfortunately, he doesn't give us, but thou must. Hail all the new monarch of Middenhall. Now, Orfeo, Prince of Cannock, come forth. Ollisa, Princess of Moonbrook, come forth. This charge I lay on the three heroes that forevermore lay guard against evil. 3 cheers for the new monarch of Middenhall. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray for Prince Hermes, who now has become King Hermes. He is upgraded, and peace has returned. He has continued the lineage of Chicken. Now Chicken, he took over for Prince Ernie, and then after Chicken passed on, then Prince Hermes took over after him. We're going to learn about Prince Ernie in the next game, Dragon Warrior 3, which will complete the Erdrick trilogy of Dragon Quest. Eventually I'll get into the next trilogy, the Zenithian trilogy, with Dragon Warrior 4, 5, and 6. I'll definitely do 4 later this year. But I'm going to take a break from Dragon Quest right now because it's time for me to start doing the Final Fantasy V 4-Job Fiesta coming up. So, Small Angels Rescues is the group that I'm doing it for this year. I'm going to have Knight, Bard, Red Mage, and Samurai. So, yeah, expect that playthrough to come through. But we'll talk about that later. Let's focus here on the game. Like I said, it's a pretty tough RPG. Because a lot of the enemies, they have those like cheap abilities, and enemies when you get to a new area, they seem to scale improperly. Like for a while there, they're really really tough. Like when we first got to Rhone, the enemies, the giants, the cyclopses, the blizzards, they were really really tough. But after getting a few levels, it wasn't that bad. Usually it's just like once you get to a new area, you gotta kind of take your time, pace yourself, do some level grinding. And then you'll be okay, as opposed to the first game where you pretty much had to level grind before you moved on to a new area. This one, you move on to a new area, and then you have to do your level grinding in the new area. But I think they did a pretty decent job balancing all the characters. Obviously, each character has their own little role. Orfeo is more support magic, Ollisa is more attack magic, and then you have your straight-up attacker in Prince Hermes. We'll see a lot of those. They basically form like the basis for classes, which we'll see in Dragon Quest 3. Characters will have classes, so like your soldier class will be like Prince Hermes, no magic, big armor, heavy weaponry. Then you'll have like clerics, which are like Prince Orfeo, wizards, which are more like the Princess of Moonbrook, and then there's like hybrid classes between them. So we see a lot of future games take a lot from this game. So sailing the ship, So, but there's still some more improvements that we'll see that the games will make. They constantly evolve, even though Dragon Quest tends to be a kind of static game. They always make some improvements. So, definitely, I can say an improvement over the first game. Longer, harder, and still enjoyable. I think all the Dragon Quest games are enjoyable, and I think you'll agree when we play Dragon Quest 3 and check out Prince Ernie. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.